Hello and welcome to another edition of Lockdown Try and Fly. Yeah, another few weeks of lockdown are ahead of us, since they have prolonged now from the 10th until the end of January 2021, and hopefully that'll be it, but well, who knows. I wouldn't be surprised if this is going on for much longer. Well, you get used to it, but anyway, we're going to do a try and fly. It's kind of a revisited one for an airplane that I had deemed unusable since I have updated to 11.50 of X-Plane and activated the Vulkan engine. Because I did have some issues with the age-old version 1.9.16 of the Flight Factor 777. This is the cargo version. And not only did I have issues with the aircraft itself, I also had issues with the BSS sound kit. There's a payware sound edition add-on that you can buy for the 777 and for many other aircraft in X-Plane, and I think also in prepared FSX. Because as they have never updated this 777 thingy for at least a year and a half, two, I'm not sure how old 1.9.16 is, but it is already there for quite some time. It was not really compatible, fully compatible with 11.50 and Vulkan. So, yep, I thought, well, that's it. Can't use it anymore, at least not with Vulkan turned on. But I also had some weird things happening. And then I discovered, hang on, there's a new version. Sometime in the last couple of weeks, Flight Factor has updated, and I got this one from Aerosoft, so I needed to wait for Aerosoft to actually make this available, and I kind of stumbled over it, that, oh, hang on, there's a new version, 1.10.1. Cool. Downloaded it, installed it, started it, and had some real issues because the BSS sound kit doesn't work anymore. Now here's the thing with the BSS sound kit. It uses the JAR design sound engine. Obviously the sound engine that JAR has written and probably uses in the A320 and the A330, somehow this plugin also gets used for most of the BSS add-ons. The thing is, BSS has updated the sound kit for other aircraft. For example, to my big surprise, they had updated it for the CRJ200 of J. Roland, which is even probably older than this, or at least as old as this one. But they have not updated it for this airplane, which rendered this aircraft, at least with the sound engine, useless. So, yeah, and maybe that was the reason why it didn't work when I tried it some time ago with 11.50. But because I knew that there is actually a version of this sound engine available that works in 11.50 and with Vulkan, I kind of thought, why don't I give it a try? So what I did is, and I show you, in the 777 extended folder under plugins sound 3D-1, that is the folder where the extended sounds, the BSS sounds, are positioned. And there's a win.xpl, which is a X-Plane plugin, a compiled one, here the Windows version. And that was definitely an older one. So what I did is, I also have the CRJ. I know that the CRJ does work. So what I did is I took the WinXPL of the CRJ. You must have one form of BSS plugin that has been updated available, because otherwise you won't be able to do this. But since I had this one, I just transplanted the the CRJ one to here, restarted X-Plane, and believe it or not, it does work. I still have the old version here, but this one doesn't work. The BSS sound engine is version 2.5, and I've seen it now for the TOLIS. They have put the same XPL in the TOLIS sound kit and also in the CRJ sound kit. So I have basically two sources for this, and apparently this is not specific to the aircraft. Specific to the aircraft are all these things here, the INI files and these individual things that are in here, sound configurations and things like that, which is good news. So looks like this airplane is usable again under Vulkan. Now, because this is a try and fly, what I'll do is I'm going to turn on also the frame rate so that we see what it is, and I'm going to quickly show you the graphics settings that I'm flying with at the moment. Visual effects are high, texture quality is, actually I can put this to maximum. It's too late actually, it will not apply now, but I just realized I had put this down for testing and forgot to put it up again. The anti-aliasing I leave on 4x SSAA, and the anisotropic filtering, which is new since 11.50, I leave that on 4. There isn't really much difference. I have maximum number of world objects, no reflection. I don't believe in reflection, and quite importantly, I have used Vulkan driver for faster rendering. And with this, I get in Munich with all the details. I get about 50 frames per second with this add-on. I get up to 90 with simpler add-ons, such as the Cessna, for example. So this thing has its toll on the frames, obviously. It's a complex airplane. But as long as we don't drop under 20, I'll be fine with it, because we know what happens when we drop under 20. Okay, now let's get into the cockpit. Now the cockpit is not quite the original. There are a number of texture mods out there. I can't actually remember which one this was. Ah yeah, so I just checked I had to do the throttle lever setup shortly before I started this here. Looks like it's okay. So the cockpit textures are slightly modified ones. You can get them on the forum explain.org. To be honest, I'm not even sure which one this was. It's just a compatible one. So you need to find a texture mod that is compatible with version 1.9 point something. Okay, don't take older ones because there have been changes, and it can happen that in some cases they are not compatible with the freighter version. So you need to make sure that whatever, if you want to exchange your textures, and I'm not saying that these are the best ones. I think they look better than the original, but they're not perfect either. But still, so yeah. I mean, this is quite an old add-on, so the quality of texturing is what it used to be many years ago. Okay, it's actually not too bad. Flight Factor did a relatively good version here. I can't open the toilet, can you? No. But it's definitely not perfect, and to be honest, not to be able to get into the cargo hold from the cockpit is at least strange. And the other thing is, in the cargo version, Flight Factor has decided not to build in doors. So we can't open the doors. I mean, they have it in the other models, left and right. They even show it in the menu, so if you look here. But in all these years, they have not bothered to make these movable. The only door that's movable and that can be controlled is this here. So, not great, but that's just the way it is, and it is like that for a very long time. Right, let's set up the GPU. There are no stairs. Obviously, if you can't open the door, you don't need stairs. You can call a fuel truck. You can set up chocks. You can turn on custom failures, real times, real limits. I turn all of that off. And yeah, if you want to use external hardware, for example, for your radios or even software, you should turn this on. This allows you to manipulate your frequencies from outside. There is a pushback built in, but we do have better pushback. No real need for this. Something that I always hated is this announcement from outside the airport that plays all the time. I don't like it. I turn it off. If you click here again, it's engine volumes, and if you click here, then it's callouts volumes. But the thing is, with the BSS, you would actually go into the Sound 3D plugins menu volume, and then you have all these individual volume settings, including the master internal and the master external. As you can see, I put master external down quite a bit so that the engine noises are not that loud. Yeah, so here's the BSS stuff that you can call up. Now, this seems to be an empty airplane. For whatever reasons, they have not put in anything, no fuel, or, well, there's a bit of fuel in there, 2,000 kilograms. That's, I don't think that would get us to the runway or so. I don't know. And if I remember correctly, I think, I'm gonna go out of here. I think you can't actually change the fuel. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so cargo weight. I'm actually going to put in something there because my experience is if you don't, the airplane will be like a rocket because it's far too light. So I put in some cargo weight, an APU time of, let's say, 10 minutes. Taxi time is maybe 10 minutes. Takeoff fuel, trying to remember now what the 777 would gulp down on its big engines, but I would say if we calculate 4,000 kilograms, 4 tons per hour, I think that'll be plenty. So why don't we put in 6,000? Let's do 8,000 just in case. No, not 80,000. No. 8,000. 8,000. So that makes a total fuel of 8,860 kilograms, 8.6 tons. Theoretically, that should be enough. If my memory serves me badly, we might end up with no fuel. We shall see. Yeah. Here you can actually set if the mouse wheel can be used. So if you press load fuel, it should actually start loading the fuel, but it could be that we need to do some things before that works. Let's quickly fire up the aircraft. So I'm going to turn on the battery and you should be able to hear the sound. I hope it's loud enough. It's very, very difficult with OBS to judge. Okay. We have the external power connected, so we can turn that on and then we get a lot of life here in the aircraft. I'm going to do a relatively quick setup, not going through specific procedures. Okay, because it's just a test. And I don't want to be too specific here now. Let's put these on auto. I'm going to turn on the beacon. Let's turn all these on. As I say, don't hold me here for the procedure. I just turn this on Engine ESC mode, normal. Yeah. Find that click spot. Okay. The famous game. Is there anything I need to do here? Okay. Yeah. I think that should be enough. Now let's turn on the APU because we're going to need it. And next we start setting up the FMS. Oh, I just realized the axis for the speed brake is on. Right. Okay. Okay. All right. Trim. Trim. Yeah. Let's quickly check the flight controls and see. Yep, the trim button works. All my view buttons. Everything works. That's great. Yeah. And the rudder. Although I can't see it, it doesn't appear to move down here, but I see something happening here, so this could be linked with the hydraulics, the missing hydraulics. Did I activate the Adiro? Yeah, the Adiro are activated, so we'll start with init ref and go to pull the position. Show position. The position. Ah, this side. Okay. I don't think this is simulated to perfection here, if I remember correctly. So what about that? Does not work? Does that not work? Yeah, I remember this is an older implementation, so not everything works the way we are used to, but I would expect it to take EBDM here now. Oh, crap. Don't give me that. Invalid entry. Okay, let's try that again. This is not good. Oh, yeah, that's not good. Aha, I think we have a problem with the click spots here. So hopefully that was just the click spots. Let's see. So, position in it. Let's try that again. I mean, I was wondering because, yeah, anyway, I'm not sure that that works, so, yeah, no, I don't have that. Route, Echo Delta Delta Mike, to Echo Delta Delta Mike. I thought that was already the end of it. Unexpectedly, 08 left, flight number test 1. Okay, and I'm going to enter the route, see what happens. Akini, Ostis, Bamta, alright, activated for the moment. I've started to do this with all these aircraft because some need it, some don't. 08 left, Anchor 9 Quebec. Execute, let's have a look. 08 left, Delta Mike 070, 7779. Anchor, Akini, Ostas, Bamta, cool. Let's go back and pick the arrival. Bamta for Alpha. A lot of them needed first the stars. Some of them have the other way around, but this one needs first the star, then the ILS, and then the transition. Mike. Execute. Legs. And let's go on to... Yeah, here's our famous 8. Alright, let's step through this. Just to ensure that everything is okay. Yeah, Akini, Ostas, Bamta. Then we have a discontinuity. That's because it overlaid the Bamtas. Aha. So I remember there was a bit of an issue. So I tried to set rows up here. That works. Execute. Rows up 280, flight level 15 or below, flight 150 or below. Alright, so the rest looks good. We could save the route now, which we don't do. Route request would be like loading it from the available flight plans. Okay, performance in it. Zero fuel weight. Aha. So this does not work. It's some time ago that I used this. So our gross weight. Aha. Load the fuel. I think we still haven't got the fuel loaded. We still haven't got the fuel loaded. Why is that? What do I need to do? I thought I had the fuel truck. Yeah, the fuel truck is here. I mean, we magically jump into the airplane because there's no door, no stairs. That is open. Let's try that again. Let's put on the park brake. Is the park brake on? Let's see. There may be some weirdo issue here. So, I mean, the fuel truck is here. The chocks are set. Doors manual. Aha. We need to have the doors in manual, otherwise we don't get fuel. Okay, that's because when fire breaks out, you can flee the aircraft via the doors. Stupid though that they don't open, but hey, who wants to be too nitty-gritty about it? Anyway. So the plane is loaded, cool. Let's close that door again. Let's put away the fuel truck and the chocks. What we have we got the APU running in the meantime? I think we do. Yeah, let's switch over to the APU generator and I'm going to disconnect. Oh, have I not? Oh, the isolation. Don't tell me we lost everything again. No, it's still there. Cool. Performance in it. So, zero fuel weight. How do I find out about the zero fuel weight? Okay, I mean, there's always a possibility to look here. Our that total weight, empty weight, probably 145 is that the zero fuel weight? I'm not sure if they understand the same here, but I would 145.1 I would take unless I find it somewhere else. Let's see, because I can't enter the gross weight. The gross weight is 165. 4.3. Let's put that in. Oh. They don't have the discos here, but you can still enter it. I remember something like that. That's why I tried it. So let's do a 3 tons reserve. The cruise altitude is 200. Cost index, we're going to use a very low one, 5. Not sure if that really simulates this properly. Thrust limits, yeah, we'll put a 45 degrees and takeoff 1 with 5%. That gives us a 97.6. Takeoff flaps, yeah, so what would be the best takeoff flaps? Because we are very light, I would think that we could probably get away with 5. Center of gravity, okay, again we need to, V speeds unavailable, yeah, I know. So, can't remember, will it give us these values? Probably not, so I'm going to put in 21%. There isn't really a lot of this stuff here, so that would indicate 7 as the stabilizer trim. So I'm going to so here's the stabilizer trim is 0 and it has calculated 7. 7 would be in the green band, so that is actually quite okay. I just don't seem to be able to bring this down. Maybe because we haven't got, well, we have electric hydraulic power. And we had some values, so maybe there's a misprogramming here. Let's quickly check this. Could be. Pitch trim down. Oh! Twice pitch trim down. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. And explains our problem. Okie dokie. Here we go. 7.2 roughly. Cool. So that so what does it need to give us the V speeds? I don't know. Takeoff data request 26575. Oh, I forgot about that data request. Okay, let's go to 575. Okay, and either we're still missing something, or we need to take off gross weight. What did we say? 164.3. V speeds unavailable. Probably because we are still missing something. I just don't know what that would be. Let's see. But we got everything here. Reserves, cruise, center of gravity, performance init request, thrust limit. Okay, takeoff. We need to go with flaps 10. No, not flaps 10. What's the next one? Flaps 15. Maybe there's a need to be at 15. Check. No. Okay. So we'll try with 5 again. V speed still unavailable. Next page, what have we got here? Slope. I have no slope. I can't find it later anyway. The wind is probably 0 with 0. We have no wind. Okay, you can't do this. All right. So, well, you know what? That points me to use a new tool that I'm going to introduce to you eventually. I just need to find where I have the... Where did I put the shortcut for it? Because I have rearranged my desktop and I'm kind of searching for it now. Where is it? Yeah. Or maybe I have deleted it again. Yeah. Where is it? Come on. I got it here. It's called Airplay Toolbox. It will start a tool. Yeah, I'm going to give you a video about that. If you're interested, just have to wait. You click here, the browser starts, and we get here. I'm going to select the 777. Oh, we don't have 777. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. There's no 777, isn't there? Yeah. Oh, pity. Okay. No, we're not going to use this tool. Not at least for this flight. I forgot about that. Yeah, they have. They don't have the 777. They're probably lacking the 777 numbers. So what's the next in my arsenal? TOPCAT would be the next in my arsenal. So let's start TOPCAT. I'm going to pick the 777 freighter. Yeah. I'm going to go to weight and balance, and I'm going to we need a total of 164,000. Hang on. So where's the dry operating zero fuel weight, gross weight? Where's the takeoff weight? Okay, so we're going to bring the to 164. So then we're going to put in 8,000 as fuel, and I could go here, and we're going to have 0 with 0. We have plus 15 and 1013 dry. Takeoff weight, oh, 164,300. And we are EDDM Munich, and then we say compute. And I need to find out what I set as the 45 degrees. So they would actually say 69. Not possible. Okay. So let's take that. Let's take this one here, which is closer. So 106 to 118, 118, 133. So why don't we do 118, 118, 133? At least we have some numbers that we can use. If it doesn't want to provide me, I'm probably missing something, you know. There is most likely something I haven't done yet, but since I haven't used this 130, let's do 135. So, all right. Hopefully that'll do. And that's it. We have set it up. I hope that'll work now. Okay, let's get better pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
I forgot. It's the Bavarian version. Ha! Is that too close or is that okay? Let's see. Let's delete this and let's do it a little bit further away.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
But a pushback with the Bavarian language is you can download that from somewhere. So yeah, I can't remember. Do we have a checklist here? Yeah, we do. But it's not an automatic one, so let's quickly go through the pre-flight route menus, emergency procedures. Yeah, I remember that was very elaborate checklists, not really very helpful. Then let's go to before start. So we've done the CDU stuff, the MCP. We're going to put in the V2 here, 135 plus 10.
Alright, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Yeah, right. So let's put these in here. So I have removed the chocks. Yep, so the aircraft is basically ready to be pushed. Okay, let's have a quick look. Yeah, he's lifting us now. Up we go.
Tow connected and BAP has been inserted. Release parking brake.
Yeah, going to release the parking brake. As you wish, as you command. Oh, hang on. By the way, we need to turn on the radios and select which of the two we want. Parking brake is released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
So we may start engines. Have we got everything we need? Auto start on, and we start number 2. So start a cutout, we'll start number 1. I think in real life this takes slightly longer, but what the? Uh-oh. I think number 2 we need to start again. You know, this is this idiotic reversed thing with the... Start a cutout. Let's do it again with number 2. I hope it's not kaput. Oh, I should have... yeah, God. Looked like it's coming. It's coming, okay. No problem here. We're still on 40 frames. It's okay. I have a 1080 Ti. which in the meantime is sort of outdated.
Preparation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Dankeschön, servus. Okay. Flaps 5. Oh, I see the flaps aren't yet connected to the switch, so I'll put it up like this. No, that's 12. With the axis, oh, this is weird. Let's see how I got the switch. Okay, flaps 5 is set. So, is it still here?
Disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. See you next time. Servus.
Servus. Right, then, I mean, they're all different, you know. Sometimes you have to do it the other way around with your mouse wheel. Sometimes it's the right direction. Yeah, you'll find out when you use it. Alright. So, how's it up here? Okay. Is there anything else? We're going to put these into auto mode. Okay. These into auto mode. These are all on. Okay. So anything here? Nope, there is no warning here. The doors are in automatic. Recirculating fans are off. Oh, there's circulating fans. Where are they? Indeed, they're still off. Let's turn them on. APU is running. That we can change any moment. The auto brake is RTO and the parking brake is still set. But that's okay. Okay. Is he gone? Looks like it. Alright then. Taxi light on. Brake off, and you can see I don't do anything. Oops. Yeah, that was the reversers. They do work. And because we're relatively light compared to what we could be, yeah, it seems to be happily rolling. I think they're a bit over motorized anyway, the flight factor, I mean. So how do I get this up here? Can I change this? Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, the rudder steers, okay. Yeah, you can see my relatively slightly lower anti-aliasing, because at least I can see some. But I hope maybe I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do that now? Yeah, it's a bit better now. I can see the flickering. I can still see flickering, but it's not flickering as much. And as you can see, the anti-aliasing in this case has only a minor effect. Well, yeah, we're roughly on 40, but we have some drops. Yeah. So let's bring that back and then check, because that is an indication of what you need to do when you want to fly on VATSIM with this. Prevent you being locked out. Yeah, with a slightly lower setting and a bit more flickering, you get 41 straight. When I go to the maximum, I fluctuate between 40 and 20 something. So, yep. For flying on VATSIM, I would definitely recommend that you check your settings and keep them slightly lower. So we're 14, let's go to about 11.12 because shouldn't really be much faster in the turn here. And because in the simulator it is so much more difficult to judge things like a turn here, I usually use this view. That's the limitations of the 2D environment that we're in. So I'm going to bring down the engine noises a bit more, just in case. I don't really want to end up having a really loud cockpit, because that can be strenuous when you watch a video like that. It's always very difficult to find the right balance here. Okay, so let's quickly stop here and as usual, when I least need it, I need to interrupt quickly. So I'm back. The good thing with OBS is that you can pause it. They have built that in it from some version on, which is very, very good, because when the phone rings, you know how things are. Okay, so let's quickly change the pressure setting here. I just realized so how do we get this? Okay, and it's 1013 HPA, right? I'm going to set VNAV LNAV, and I will put on the lights and the strobes. Yep, so that should do. The flaps are set, the trim is set, the speed brake is in, off we go. We have an FMC message, not on an intercept heading. Oh, for the LNAV. Oh yeah. I'm going to activate the auto throttle. Flight directors are on. Okay, that should do. Alright, now, if I haven't forgotten anything important, I would say we are ready to go. Now, if I remember correctly, I can't press any button here, but I'm going to use the AT button in order to activate the takeoff thrust. Well, oh, do I need to turn that on? Config stabilizer. Uh-oh, the autopilot is giving us grief here. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, no. And rotate. So. So that wasn't very good. Somehow it didn't like me to do that. Autopilot is on. We have VNAV and LNAV. We bring in the flaps. Flaps 1. Flaps up. So I would like you to not stay on 2800. If that can be managed. Let's see. Gears. I forgot. The key isn't programmed. I think it's very loud, so I'm going to reduce the sound again. Whoops! No, LNAV. Let's go for VNAV again. Maybe I should have pressed the toga button. That could be. I may have to use the toga button. As I say, I haven't used this for quite some time. So we're climbing with 4,100 feet per minute. It wants to fly, this baby. So flaps are in, gears are in. The aircraft is following our route. Looks good so far. The displays you cannot bring out. It's just too old for that. So they have never implemented that. Yeah, I had to bring the throttle levers fully up now because it kind of interferes here. Could see it. Yeah, this also doesn't really work. I bring it all the way down. Let's see. Does that make that better? Nope. Oh, that's not good. Uh-oh. I shouldn't really play too much here. So this actually went into reverse, but it didn't do the reverse thing, but it messed things up a bit. Yeah, I have to be careful with this one. As I say, I haven't used it for quite some time, so I tend to make mistakes. Very likely. Okay. anchor is passed. Next Akini. We have actually stopped climbing. It favors the speed to the climb. So it will actually stop climbing until it has reached the speed, instead of kind of climbing with a reduced rate. That's just the way this has been implemented. Okay, now it's back. It starts climbing again. I forgot to set the timer. So the sound is pretty good, but it's quite loud. It's quite loud. So I hope it's not too bad here in the video. When I look at OBS, and yeah, it should be okay, but I'll find out when I'm done recording. Yeah, when I see the Bamta corner, I think this is probably one of those aircraft that will not be very graceful when it comes to taking the Bamta corner. Ah well. So we don't have passengers anyway, so I don't need to worry about the fasten seatbelt thing. Good to see though that this aircraft is still capable of doing its job even many years on. And although it may not be on the level of what flight factor is giving us nowadays with the 767, 757 and the flight factor A320 and so on, I still think it's reasonably okay. This was one of my first payware add-ons that I bought in Explain 10, and was one of the few aircraft that had a reasonably complex FMC, because at the time, at the beginning, there weren't really that many. Like the CRJ, which I also have almost from the beginning, yeah, it's not very good. So the system depth of the J. Roland CRG was never really impressive, and the Zibo came out only later in Explain 11. So at the time, 777 was, in many cases, was the airplane of choice. There wasn't really any decent Airbus out there. The Airbuses started with jar design, and that wasn't always, let's say, the best experience you had with these at the beginning. They have developed quite a bit, so I would say nowadays I would consider the jar design Airbuses as reasonably good add-ons to do the job. Now the A320, obviously we have the flight factor, which is a bit better, and we have the toeless ones, which are really great. But the A330 is still the only one in Explain, and as I say, I think it's a decent job that these add-ons do. So here comes the Bamta corner. We might have to take over. Switching into heading mode. Look, 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 it's trying to go to the maximum speed. Oh my god. No, 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 that's not good. Okay, let's go to VNAV. We are in the Econ cruise and we're going to do 0.6. See if we can change this. No, we cannot. Yeah. Or maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Oh yeah, yeah, it doesn't show it, but it has actually... the question is, what has it actually put in here now? Oh. Well, yeah, let's put this on 250. Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't check that actually. 252. Okay, so let's get with managed speed, with selected speed. As we would say in the Airbus. Well, what about the Bamta corner? Yeah, it's quite okay. We need to get down actually. Level 150. Okay, level change. Fuel quantity low, fuel pump left. Oh my god. We have 4.5 tons left. This thing is gulping down fuel. Ooh, look at that. One of our tanks is empty. Oh my god. And I don't think I can fix this, right? So why is one of them empty? Let's see if that does it take that? No. See, told you. You better not run out of fuel in this one. Uh-oh. Fuel flow 0.9. Oh, well, it's now going down. So I think we should be okay. I was a little bit over-optimistic, it seems. If push comes to shove, I can try with the data ref tool, but yeah, better not. Actually, I should really turn off data ref tool. Let's see. How much does it use? Almost nothing. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is Sazel, Ramses. These are all things. A bit of ultra weather. The X checklist. I'm surprised that it actually costs so much frames, although we're not. Oh yeah, we have the checklist here. Let's kill it. Yeah. So out here we are at about 50 frames per second, which is quite okay. And it has gone out of its way. Now let's see how it recovers here. I don't think we have anything in the center tank, right? Uh-oh. Yeah, it was climbing like a rocket. That costs a lot of fuel. Shouldn't have really done that. I think I'm going to reduce the speed to 230 in order to preserve fuel. And let's get back into VNAV. The auto throttle is quite, it's fluctuating quite a bit, yeah. That'll be interesting. I want to go auto brake 1. Will we make it or will we not? Good question. Bingo fuel. Pan. Oops. Look, it's gulping 6 tons an hour at the moment. Why is it doing that? It uses much more fuel than I thought. And it runs the engines quite high. 4.4 tons left. Ooh. .3 tons left. Yeah, with almost 5 tons an hour. There's no surprise here, so we're going to be very tight with the fuel, and we should have been should we not have started the descent? I thought we let's see, where's the top of descent in 13 nautical miles. Okay, so it's going to have us sink in about 13 miles. That's shortly before Mike it'll start. Ooh, cutting it fine today. I don't think there's a go around in this one. We might not survive a go around, yeah. I should have really done a proper calculation. You know what's really weird? It shows us Bingu, which is behind us, 18 nautical miles increasing. That's not correct. So that's actually that's not good. I think we have a problem here. Bumped for Alpha, ILS transition mic. This is not good. I think we lost our programming. Bingo. Tusto, Landu, Mike. Okay, so I'm going direct Mike. So it still says 90 miles to Mike. Okay. Yeah, so that's not perfect. So is that the terrain? No, that's the terrain plugin, I suppose. The terrain reader plugin, yeah. Although I haven't really, I don't really want to have the terrain. If I switch this to weather, okay. So terrain seems to be the default mode. 4.2 tons. I think we're gonna make it. I hope. Yeah, you see, but it's using 2.7 tons an hour. Yeah, our tanks will be pretty empty. Will be under the 2 tons minimum that I provide. or 3 tons minimum. So we're going to get another warning probably in a moment. And I don't see a top of descent marker here. I mean, in the FMC, it actually, so we go to the progress page. Oh, yeah, that has probably been overruled. Nah. That's not good. I think we need to start descending, so I'm going to do this now manually. With about 1500. Yeah, you see, 1500 is probably okay. Let's do 1600. See where the banana goes, the green banana. So even in idle we gulp down almost 2 tons an hour. Oh god, yeah. The thing is, it climbs so harshly with 4,000 feet and more that it really uses an awful lot of fuel on the takeoff. I guess in flight level 300 and higher, we're probably going to use less than that. But down here, and with such enormous climb rates, yeah, that just gulps down the fuel, but I think we'll be okay. So we are now at 4 tons. I would say we probably end up with just about shortly before bingo fuel, 3 tons. What happens if I say VNAV now? I wonder. Let's see. So if I do VNAV, yeah, and if I take away the speed thing, it wants 240 down to the runway. I think we can forget that. So I'm going to go to the up speed. And see this thing there at Magat? This looks this looks dangerous. I think we have to watch out for that one. So let me see if I can bring the right tank has a bit more than the left tank. Let's see if I can cross-feed. Not sure how you do cross-feed with this one. So I've turned off the pumps to the left one in the hope that it will now empty the right one. It seems to work like that. Looks good. So that we get yeah, you see, we have cross-feeding now, and actually it's cross-pumping even. So 1.7 on the left, 2.2 on the right. Just need to watch so we don't swap one discrepancy with the other. So we need to turn this on again then when we are 2.1. So here comes the last turn before we turn onto the ILS. 2.0. Now both pumps give us warnings. I'm going to turn them on again and stop the cross feeding for the moment. And yeah, it will automatically hopefully set the ILS, right? MLS. Well, MLS should not be IMME. Well, I'm going to arm the approach. No, I can't yet. Localizer? Nope. We are still at 12,000. Why are we still at... Oh, shit. I didn't watch here. I didn't see that. This is not good. This is not good. So, localizer. Speed brake is extended, I know. So we're doing the Sarajevo approach here. All right. 5,000, but we are still too high. So we still need to descend. Don't do this at home, children. This is not a good idea. All right. And full flaps, gear down. We just about made it. Yeah, it stopped descending at some point, and I didn't realize that. So it switched from vertical speed to something else, just like that, and that's not a very good thing. Yeah. Too red, too white. Let's stay on this here. We need to be careful because we're getting slower. Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Okie dokie. 40, 30. Okay, that wasn't a nice one, but we made it. Yeah, it just reminds me that this aircraft is not the kind of worry-free thing where you can program your course and you let everything happen. It's quite loud, huh? Alright then. So let's bring in the flaps. Let's lower the speed brake and there we go. Alright then. Oops. Well, we'll manage to survive. Now let's see what this thing looks like in the dark. Caution, the auto brake is off, yeah. Let's turn that off. That's the displays, that's the flood here. That's the overall flood. Yep. I mean, in the dark, actually, this cockpit looks with... I guess it's also the mod, I'm guessing, but might also be... yeah. Does this do anything here, or does it just do as if it does? Do or don't? So that's the floodlight, but we still have some... there it is. Master cabin. Dome light. Storm light on or off, and master bright. So this is kind of the basic lighting. It looks kind of bright, doesn't it? Anyway. I would prefer to be darker for the approach. Yeah. Oh, what happened now? Why do you get dark now? Huh? Was that some weird lighting effect or? Huh? I didn't do anything. It just suddenly got dark. I actually got dark as I needed it, as I wanted it. Let's start the APU. Bit late, but better late than never. Okay, stop. Park brake. We're a bit too far. Ah, okay. Tough luck. Mm-hmm. Ah, yeah, so that's the master bright. Ooh, that's right, yeah. Okay, is the APU up and running? It is. Very good. All right then. And we have arrived. Okay, so it still is usable. You have to be a bit careful and watch out for certain little tantrums that it might throw at you when it comes to navigation. We have made it. We arrived with 2.6 tons, so slightly under the minimum fuels that I had put in. But we made it, yeah. Not sure what happened when the vertical speed. It must have just switched. Maybe it was something that I did. I don't know. I have no idea. I think when I switched to localizer approach mode or something, it might have. It has stopped descending, and I will watch the video and see when it happened. Maybe I can see why or what the reason was. But still. It is usable, it's okay. It's not as perfect as newer add-ons would be, but I'm glad that it still works and that my investment in it, all that it is not, yeah, for the bin. Even with Vulkan, and actually the performance is much better. On this PC with the Vulkan engine, getting about 40 minimum is actually quite good. I can't fault on that. That's really quite okay. Like it. Okay, so here it is. The oldie is still working. Until next time.